DJ Jig Tight, your homeboy Rob. Is the Millennial Manosphere.
Follow us on Instagram. Um, what we know underscore podcast. You can also follow me on Instagram, thankful_Robert.
And you can follow me, DJ_JIGTYTE. That's DJ Jig Tight. You can follow me on for that on IG. And so I got the first question, brothers.
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a light question, and we'll just go from everybody's perspective. What is it right now from you guys' perspective of what a man is? Simply.
I say if we're looking at it, I think you gotta make the distinction in 22. 2022 is kind of sad, but you gotta make the distinction biologically what a man is, because people out here identifying as men and as males and whatnot. It's just an adult human male, you know what I'm saying, just on a biological level. But if we get into the deeper aspects of it, wagering in responsibility and maturity, wisdom, things like that, I say a man is a person, or a man, who a male who carries himself in a certain fashion. He's mature, takes care of his responsibilities, is willing to take accountability for his actions. Even in moments of his weakness, he's able to grow from those instances. He's able to reflect on his actions and see where he can better himself. He has the drive, the will, and the willingness to better himself. And I think it can get deeper and more philosophical when you start digging into what is a good man, what is a bad man, what is if we can even use those terms. But to me, the way I look at it now, as a young man, I was born in a family where I was raised by a single mother. So it took me a while to even ascertain what it meant to be a man, being raised by a woman. So I could say it began to open in my mind when I started to realize that there's nobody I can rely on but myself. And the only person I can hold accountable for my failures and my successes are myself. So when I started taking on that responsibility, that's when I was like, okay, this is the steps into manhood,
Okay, most definitely.
If I had to define it, I would say a man is an ongoing evolution. Being a man is not one specific thing. It's a variation of different things, at different levels to it. I teach my son in stages of 3. You got levels of development that you grow through, and you will never be fully complete as a man. We always learning and growing. So I feel like that as a man, you have to understand what your position is, and I believe personally as a man is to provide and protect. Everything else is near and dear to my heart, but to provide and protect is the most prominent thing that I can actually say that actually matters. After that, it would be building my community, because as men, that's what we're supposed to do. And I feel like as Black men, that's what we fall short at. We don't build up our communities like we used to. We just kind of became a little bit more selfish. So I believe as a man, you stand on your morals, your principles, your values. You feel me? You got to understand how to provide for your family, protect your family, how to lead your family. And that's honestly it, man. And after that, it's just an ongoing evolution of stages of, like I said, stages of 3. Like I said, My son, we do 3, 6, 9, 12, then you teenager, 15, 18, 21, et cetera, et cetera. Jesus died at the age of 33, so you already know. So everything is in the levels of 3. And
yes, sir.
It's an evolution. It's a stage level. And that's my take right there, brothers.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Like for me, just piggyback what you guys said. I feel like as a man, most important, integrity is very important. Just putting the work. What I'm saying, when people not looking, when I mean putting the work, you mean just working, just continue to work on yourself. And also, accountability. Leadership roles. really accountability. I think that's really make us strong as men because, we have accountability. We could just, saying our biggest critic could be ourselves,
Thanks.
and I feel like a lot of that could be because of our pride, saying? But and something that you said around that really stuck out to me about
Turn this around a little bit.
how you grew up, your mom being a single mom. My mom was a single mom up to the point she met my stepdad. I was like 8 or 9. But it now I'm just looking at it now as a grown man. Like it took me a while to get to the man I am. Like I have to really, I would say, have to build my masculinity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not discredit like my mom and my stepdad, because my stepdad, he did a good job, teaching me, the stuff I need to know. But me, once I got 18, 19, when I was really out here, you know what I'm saying, dealing with people, dealing with women, you know what I'm saying, like, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of a struggle, you know what I'm saying. Honestly, I don't think I really became a man really till I met when I got with my wife.
That's right.
And really, shit, when we had our first child, because now it was like, I didn't have no choice, to be on no bullshit, you know what I'm saying? It really, I would say my first daughter is, she changed my life and changed my mindset about things. So,
yeah, kids, that's one of the things the kids do. They do get you, they would change your life from, I don't care if you're a street dude, I don't care whatever it is that you're doing as a man, that's your inspiration right there. Once once you get that child, man, it changes. That's kind of like that's part of our process of becoming a full-fledged man. A full-fledged man. But yeah, to piggyback off of what you guys were saying, it definitely is a guy that builds. One of the things I talk about with men that, we don't probably consider to be men, I kind of dropped off that whole concept of saying a real man, right? Because everybody is a man. I don't care if they're gay. I don't care if they trying to be a woman. They're still a man.
Right.
They just a shitty man. That's what it comes down to. You don't get the privilege to drop out of the ranks of being a fucking man.
Yeah.
Right.
You in the race, and it wasn't your choice to be in the race.
Right.
yeah.
Whatever you was when you came out of that womb, whatever it was that you was, that you're supposed to be, there are some social constructs that you have to follow by, and then you come out and you build your own. Right now, what we have is a lot of people that's trying to get rid of shit, trying to cancel shit. No, you're supposed to build on something.
Yeah.
Now, the things that you do destroy is the things that's cancerous.
Right.
The things that is not conducive to building community, families. These are the things that you destroy. But when you're talking about something that was tradition, because a lot of this tradition, if you look deeper in it, that tradition was something for us to survive individually and collectively. Do you think that?
Here we go.
I'm gonna be a little light on it for first, but I'm gonna keep it on with us being that man, right?
Yeah, I gotta go home.
In order to get that woman, that you actually yearn and want, what do you think you have to do individually to get that woman? Hey, so somebody could just jump in on
you
that.
gotta have your shit together. I'm gonna tell you off rip. You gotta have your shit together. If any man or any kid or anybody listening to this right now, you gotta have your shit together. If you want the baddest of the baddest of the baddest, you gotta be the top notch nigga. Your looks ain't even gonna matter. Your looks is irrelevant at this point in time.
Yeah.
It's about your value.
I was gonna ask
of a
that
man.
question too.
If you land like how you supposed to be land, your value of a man, you can have any woman you want. Everything else is irrelevant. Now you could be a shitty man, you can still bag females, but it ain't gonna be the same as you a man with value or a man with substance. Because at the end of the day, the chick can want to be around a man who's gonna be able to provide for her, who will be able to protect her. And he got to be able to network. So she might have a question. Hey, babe, how do I do this? Or what do I got to do? She want to know that her man can handle it. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you got to be a man of substance if you want a bad one. If you just an average dude, though, and you just kind of just like, 9 to 5, you make a couple dollars, you're gonna get an average motherfucking female. You know, and that's ain't nothing wrong.
There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you want that one, you know what I'm saying? That bad bitch.
Nah.
So basically saying you got to build yourself to attract that type of woman that you want. So if you want an average woman, you just do average shit. Now the thing is that what do we call average?
Yeah. See,
what do we call average? Now the first thing is first. We got to be honest as men.
Please,
what's
be
the
honest.
first thing we look at? What's the first thing we look at in women? What's
Looks.
that first thing we
They
look
beauty.
at?
Yeah, beauty.
Her
on top.
Man,
I ain't even gonna give you the time of
I
day.
knew. That's why we all click together.
Let's keep it 100,
That's
right?
why
Let's keep it a buck. If she don't look good, I ain't even gonna pay her attention. She don't exist.
That's right.
Like,
Yes, sir.
I'll
Yes,
walk
sir.
right past her.
That's my cousin.
Yeah,
Yes,
you gonna
sir.
walk right past her if she don't catch your eye. I mean, that's just we visual creatures, man. We visual.
Yeah.
Look, I get to know you after. Fuck all that.
Let me add my fam up in here, man. My cousin Dame up in this piece, man. Oh my God, he in this.
What up,
What's up?
What's going on, boy?
What's the deal, my brother?
So you're gonna have to let people know who you are and what generation you represent, homie.
All right, shit. I guess. Hold on. What is we? Why? Yeah.
Why? Look, it starts. This is the thing. Anything after, before why, right? All you have to go with. Our parents was baby boomers. Their parents was, I just call them the WW2, World War II. Our grandparents. So you are he's a Gen Y. No, is it Y?
Like, I don't know.
No. You 75. You 75. So you an X. You Gen X.
Honestly, I look at it like this, man. Older generation.
This is the thing. It's just to give it context. It's just to give it context. Yeah. So we all know why, because it's a reason why I actually we came up with this, but we'll get to that. So you Gen X, dog. You right there with me. 1975. Back then, me and him was like brother. He was like before my brother came to fruition. He was my little brother, 3 years younger than me. So he was the one sitting there when we used to be in the tub. He's sitting on the toilet telling me stories about his imaginary friends. That's my homie right
there. You know that gotta be your homie. Y'all in the same tub.
Yes, oh hell yeah. Hell yeah, shit.
Nigga, we friends forever.
We friends forever. We beyond blood brothers right now, nigga.
Oh wow.
But yeah, we were having a discussion, Dame, before you came in about what do you have to do to be able to I guess you can bag that woman that you desire, the one that you actually want. What is it that we have to do? And my man E already broke it down and was like, you got to get your shit together. And he kind of touched on it, but he didn't go into detail about getting your shit together. But I want everybody else to be able to go ahead and chime in so we can actually get this thing running.
Yes, sir.
First of all, you have to not be living in your mama's house, auntie house. You know what I mean? You got to have your own shit. That's the first step. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
To get that one, you can't have no baddie and you ain't right. You know, you can't really have nothing if you ain't right.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, grown men gonna handle grown men things. So you go, you know, you shouldn't have to tell another grown man what he gotta get to get that woman. You know what I'm saying? You know,
yes, sir.
You know,
man, here we go right here.
You know, I mean, you really gotta have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, you know, how can you have a baddie and you can't afford to do things with her? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be, you know, hey, you know, I don't suggest you be trying to, you know, take all kind of expensive trips if she ain't working, but you know, shit, playtime is always fun when you get a little vacation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But grown men go handle grown men. I say they go do what they need to do to be secure themselves. Because a man,
that's right.
I don't understand how a man can feel like a man if he ain't secure, got his own bag.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Bringing your own paper in the house. You know what I'm saying? That's what a real man do. I come from the days where men used to take care of the household. You know what I'm saying? The women's money was extra.
I feel like, man, I agree with both of these gentlemen are saying, and I think it's also important that you as a man understand the trajectory that you have, so you can best select the woman that is compatible with your path. Because I see a lot of dudes, man, they be aiming, you know what I'm saying? They get their stuff together, and then they invite something into they space that destroy it all, man. So I think also you have to be secure in yourself. You gotta get up. Like, even for myself, man, when I was dating seriously, man, the first thing I had to realize, like, bro, if you trying to move toward marriage, you trying to move toward wiping something up, you gotta get out your mom's basement. So I had to make the necessary steps to be like, all right, let me get my own space, man. Let me get my own vehicle, my own money, make sure I got money for me. And if we need to go out, I got money to spend, learn how to budget. Like you said, men gonna do men stuff, Yeah. But I think you gotta have your stuff together. Like,
got to.
You gotta, as simple as put, like, you gotta have your stuff together, and then you have to know what area you aiming in. So there are dudes who like, I just want an average girl. Well, if you want an average girl, you still gotta have your stuff together to some capacity to even get her.
There you go.
You mess around and run across her, you fumble the bag, you looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? So man, just like he said, you gotta have your stuff together.
Yeah.
But see, you gonna have some chicks out here, they'll rock with you if you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
I'd be, because I remember at one point in time I ain't had shit and I was still bagging them. Like, that ain't really, you know what I'm saying? So sometimes it really don't matter what you get. There you go. You got the swag. The bag ain't really gonna matter.
Yeah, you got to get the gab. It's something different.
You can make it jug for the dude. You know what I'm saying? The hard part would be, like I said, if you trying to get a bad bitch. I'm saying, I'm like, when we was putting out we were talking about Cam Newton's situation shit. See, he was talking about a bad bitch. He wasn't just talking about a woman. You want a bad bitch, you gotta play a certain type of role. You know what I'm saying? You just can't be an average type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, if you shaking that bag, if you a dope boy or you're a swiper and that's your only avenue, and you get fast money, you need a fast bitch. That's just how it's gonna work out. You know what I'm saying?
And it's temporary.
It's temporary on both ends.
Both ends, yep.
Hey, let me ask you something.
What up, though?
I'm sorry. My bad cutting you off, bro.
You good? I told you.
No. I hear the word bad bitch a lot.
Bro. Hey, look, we all talk together.
Yeah.
We all talk together. So everybody on this motherfucker get around. So, hey.
I hear the word bad bitch a lot. I've been something I need to know, bro. Is a bad bitch overrated, bro?
Yes.
Because it's over fucking rated. Like,
yes.
Like, just think of the word bad bitch. Yeah. They are doing bad.
Yeah.
Like, in life.
Doing bad in life.
It's overrated because a lot of them bitches be just what they say. They a bad bitch. Usually a bad bitch consists of a lifestyle that most average niggas ain't trying to fuck with. Yeah. And most of the times a bad bitch is dealing with a nigga who want fast money. You know what I'm saying? If you a bitch talking about, I gotta get flued out and I'm walking around with Jimmy Choo's and red bottoms and I'm going to 5-star restaurants. Yeah, you might be a bad bitch because you got the image. You ain't a 4, 5, or 6. Kevin Samuel say over a 7. You a 9 or 10. And y'all know what a 9 or a 10 look like. Y'all know that bitch that woman when she look past y'all like, damn, I gotta holler. You know what I mean? So you know what type of chick that is, and you know the type of money and maintenance that them type of chicks be having. They ain't going to no basic ass makeup artists. They ain't going to get no cheap ass nails done. They ain't, they got nice makeup, they got their hair done, whatever. When I say average, I'm talking about just an average chick who she not trying to be in the limelight. I like average. I don't like bad bitches. Bad bitches, you got to maintain. You got to maintain a bad bitch. We ain't trying to maintain no motherfucker.
We ain't trying to maintain.
We ain't right.
It's like having a motherfucking mansion or a goddamn Testarossa. The maintenance on that motherfucker is gonna be more than a damn bill.
Hold on. And then the attitude. And then niggas
bad. Oh, the attitude.
Yeah. Man, just like a foreign car.
You said just like a attitude.
Yeah, like a full car. You take her, you got to get she in a oil change. That motherfucker $700.
Bullshit,
Leaking money.
You better say we
Yes, sir.
about to
And
hop
then you
in
be
that
like,
car.
you know what, man? Fuck that. Man, I'm gonna trade her in. I need, you know
I need
what? Fuck
downsize.
this shit.
Because when you think about it, what was you driving it for? Because you like the
For
look,
the
you like
look, the
motherfuckers
look.
looking past.
Looking at you, yeah,
thank you.
exactly.
Boost your ego and shit like
You like
that.
The day,
And you hear
get when you out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's me.
She don't even
Yeah,
like
that's
your
me.
ass,
That's me.
probably.
Yeah.
but when you,
But if you
when
ever
trying
notice,
to go
that's why
cross country though, when you trying to go from New York to Cali,
Shit,
you ain't about to hop in you ain't about to hop in that
Nah.
form. You about to hop in something real reliable, right?
Facts.
yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
I look at it like this. When you actually put the analogy of women in cars and you want something that's reliable and it looks good, this is when you start getting the economic cars, but the motherfuckers look sweet as hell. They got some other things that's in it. One of the number one thing that we get when we get cars is what? A car that is reliable.
That's right.
Now, the craziest part is we kind of do, when we are young, we would pick the women kind of like how we would pick our cars. It be used. We just not starting to figure out how to, get used to it and shit. You know what I'm saying? We let our homeboys drive it for a minute. It be some crazy shit that we do when we get those first cars.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that because you don't know what you're doing in a relationship when you're young. So you doing all kind of crazy ass shit. You done left the keys in the car. You done left the windows down. You don't care until the motherfucker gets stolen or it breaks down. And you be like, nigga, I'm tired of this shit. And you get about 2 or 3 of them goddamn used motherfucking cars. You be like, I need something that's more reliable.
Yeah.
Right.
And then this is when you start getting your life together and you say, nigga, fuck it. Fuck that. I'm not going to pay a note
Long
shit.
as that bitch get me from point A to point B.
Right. Yes, sir.
Facts. Yeah.
Now you start saying, I got to do what I need to do to maintain the type of woman that I want.
Yeah.
And I want a woman that requires something from
There
me.
you go.
I want somebody that requires. It's just like when you get a car that you be like, nigga, I miss one payment, nigga. It's on. If I lose my motherfucking job right now, I'm about to have some problems.
Facts.
It's kind of like that when you got your woman. She's going to require some shit. And what we were talking about earlier about that woman, when you have a woman that actually, what she's trying to do is invest, she gonna do some shit that she normally won't do. She be like, oh, this stupid ass nigga done cheated on me. She'll give you all kind of hell, but she ain't gonna leave. The difference because she's trying to women is that they have their value already given to them about the time they're born. When they're born, that value is already there for them. All they got to do is add on to it now. That's it.
Let me
That's
ask
with us.
Generation X the question. How did we get right? How did we get here?
Do y'all know what year the millennials start?
It's a 10. Everything right? Is a 10-year gap.
No, that's eras. It's not even a gap, really. What it is that, for instance, your generation started when? What year y'all generation
it's like
started?
84, 85, ain't it? Something like that.
I thought you said 88.
I did at first, but when I started doing the research on it, it's 81.
81?
Yeah.
81.
Generation X is 65 through 80. So it's a 15-year. I said 10, but it's a 15-year gap. Yeah.
So when you look at it that way, we have guys that's in your era, that's in your generation, that was also raised with my generation also, which my generation ended in 80. So you would have my generation basically, because I have daughters that's in you guys' generation. I have an older daughter. My older daughter is. My younger daughter isn't. And she was 96. So she's right there at the end of that millennial, almost at the end of it. Yeah. So when you look at it, when you talk about how you guys got here, and even let's go a little bit deeper. How your generation has the mindset that you guys have right now.
Which one? Generation?
And that comes from the millennials.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And it comes from the gap. We don't do the same thing that our parents did with our generation. Their generation did with us. We didn't do what you guys, like we shared everything with their generation. We shared entertainment, whether it's movies, music, you know, it was food. It was certain things that we all shared together, and we always had, like with our generation, especially because we had a lot more mothers. So with our mothers, what they used to do was some creative shit. And a lot of things that we used to do was game night. Am I lying, Dame? We used to do video night. My mama used to get all the cousins together. We all do.
Did that too.
Yep. Yeah. We played softball at the park. We used to get up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning to go to Kensington Park, go to Metro Park, all these things for the family to do those type of things. And we played, and they barbecued. The men barbecued, the women cooked, and they had spade games going on. The people that didn't want to do volleyball or didn't want to do any sports and something like that, they had all kind of other stuff, especially 4th of July. Come on, man. Especially being in the D. Belle Isle was off the chain. Families was all over it. And it wasn't no vibe, and so what happened though was when we started getting deep into when your generation was coming up, it was shit that was being fucked up because our generation, our people started not really liking each other. So now you go to these parks, motherfuckers shooting each other, stabbing each other, motherfuckers running each other over in cars.
But how did we get here,
family
though?
Members.
How did we get here?
Well, it got to the point where, because in our generation, all of that shit started. And so you started having less and less households that had both parents in the household.
Right.
So I know, you know, once that started happening, you had like the teen pregnancy was just off the chains during that time. It's people right now that I know that's only about 13, 14 years older than their kids. So now so imagine father is not there. Mom is the head of household. She was turning her son into her boyfriend and making her daughter her enemy. Right. You talk to a lot of women, they gonna tell you that they had to grow up at the age of 14, 15, and 16.
But let me ask you this, James.
We good.
When I say how did we get here, I mean, like, when we start talking about deindustrialization, the movement of the factories out of the city, you know, the crack epidemic that came through in the 70s that plagued our neighborhoods from the 70s through the 80s, through Generation X. You know what I'm saying? Or we talking about feminism that moved from the 60s through the 70s that plagued Generation X.
Oh,
you know, so when I say like, how did we get here? Like, a lot of times we had the gender wars, or we had a gender conversations, but we necessarily don't bring into the history of how we actually got here. Because it's really deep history that we forget about. You know, like I said, when we talk about deindustrialization, it's a reason why why Black fathers didn't have jobs. You see what I'm saying? When we talk about the drug epidemic, it's a reason why they chose the streets because of the industrialization. When we start talking about women running the house, we got to start talking about feminism and the fact that the women didn't have jobs and that the husbands was being locked up and they was getting Section 8 and they had welfare. And then if we talking about exactly, and if we talking about the mothers raising daughters and stuff like that, and son moms and boy moms, again, you got these guys who went to jail under this Bill Clinton law. You see what I'm saying? That was technically Generation X again. That it felt
so even before the Bill Clinton, let's go with that. Even before the Bill Clinton, we had Ronald Reagan. We had Ronald Reagan.